Guys, I would like to raise a toast to the final Botcon. Cheers.
Cheers.
What the hell is Botcon?
So, Botcon is the official Transformers convention that Hasbro authorizes and allows a third party, Fun Publications, I think, to put on. This is the last year that that company is doing it.
Hence the drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently there was, and I could get the details wrong on this, but there is a Chinese company that bought the rights to do Transformers events worldwide, and I assume that that probably has coincided with the end of Fun Publications' contract with Hasbro to do Botcon,
So
and
the
that
Chinese
hasn't been renewed.
are cock blocking fun.
Well,
Or they're going to make it better, like your phone.
Cheaper.
Cheaper.
That's exactly what the Chinese are going to do.
it could be,
Nice.
but this is the last
Tiny little
Botcon
hands.
with the people who have been doing it, and they've been doing it for long enough that you kind of come to know what to expect, and you expect a certain level of, you know, quality with the toy exclusives and everything that they do, because they have special toys that you can only buy through the show. This same group has a club that you can join where you get exclusive toys throughout the year.
They have limited vinyl records, limited to 100, that I got signed by m.a.s.k.
So it's not because the fan base is dwindling.
No.
No, God, no, we're not dying.
Are we that old?
We're multiplying, as a matter of
Here, let me
fact.
see that. Let me see that. Let me see
So
that.
that is a vinyl copy of the Transformers soundtrack, but
That's
it's the score,
The score.
not the soundtrack.
Okay.
So the score is wonderful because it's done by m.a.s.k, also known from Rocky IV.
The
One of the
best
greatest
Rocky.
soundtracks
Best-
to jog to. Actually, I told him that. I was like, I jog to your music all the time, and he was like,
Anyway, he said, "Get out of my face."
Yeah, that's great.
That's
I'm like, I have a
nice.
Sharpie with me. So I
Do
got
you
him
even
signed.
have a record player? My
Yeah,
little
I've got a
person-
record player. It's
Okay,
upstairs.
okay.
So yesterday we were at Botcon, and we saw. So for instance, like
Token
Hasbro's
female.
there,
There you go.
and they
Token black
show
guy.
off all of the toys that they're going to release. Well, a lot of the toys that they're going to release over the next year. That's where a lot of that stuff gets revealed. They tease some of the stuff that's coming
They really work
the
on
next
these
year. We went to a cosplay panel with a 8-foot tall Ultra Magnus, who apparently I saw a post today. His head got stolen last night.
How did he lose his head?
things. How do you steal a head?
Well,
I steal a
he
lot.
can't- he
I
can't
can't
deal with
sneak
that
heads
now.
I
out.
stole this.
That's a big fucking head.
I stole this.
But
That's mine.
Future
so
self.
I mean that was really neat. But it was mainly a dealer room and panels.
Okay.
And it just happened to be close.
Oh, wait, that was my question is where was this
It
last
was in
Botcon?
Louisville.
So it was
Oh.
only about an hour away from us.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
But the kicker was, like, there was a free concert on Friday night. It
Yep.
was Stan Bush, the guy that did the music in Transformers, and Vince Nicola, the guy that did the score.
Mhm.
So that's the music that my girls listen to because I listen to it in the car.
You
The
forced
soundtrack.
them.
I don't force them. Look, my
No, no, no,
parents
no, no.
listen to Journey, and that's why I listen to Journey now.
But we've talked before about nerd shaming. We're at this concert. It's this free concert
Oh, in the
at
middle
4th
of
Street Live in Louisville.
Fantastic.
And there are normals walking by.
Because there's also a Garth Brooks concert going on at the same time. So it's this
Yeah.
amazing clash of like country folk with a bunch of fucking nerds.
And they've got
Wait,
this
what
huge
is-
screen up, which is intermittently showing shots of Vince Nicola who's just on the stage on his keyboards with his buddy playing guitar, and then occasionally the screen will fade to like pictures of Unicron, like clips from Transformers the movie, and you see people walk by like,
Well,
and
What were they
people-
wearing?
And they started to speed up.
What were the normal people wearing from the Garth Brooks concert?
What you would expect them to be wearing. for
short
their
shorts and boots.
And that's all.
And
Was it the Howdy Doody fringe?
I just noticed short shorts because I'm an ass man. I don't know what the dudes were wearing. Anyway,
That was what the dudes were wearing.
Everything.
you can't remake that.
mean, but it really was really neat to see the Stan Bush and Vince Nicola, who did these themes from these things when we were kids. Particularly that. I mean, I run to that. I run to the touch. I run and I.
Run to there.
Well, okay. So some of the songs, so people know what the songs are. We're talking about.
Everybody was singing along except for Dan,
Okay.
who's too.
Obtuse.
Well, no, I understand. There were a lot of normal people around, and it's hard to
I
get.
was singing.
Okay, in your head.
Mumbling.
Everybody.
That is a high song.
You got the power. Yeah. So he asked, people to sing along. So it was really cool because he's right. Like it's songs that I jog to, songs that I work out to. So it was like watching them live.
That's really cool.
It was really neat. And along the lines of the running playlist, I've actually pulled down clips from YouTube of the Thundercats theme song and the old Transformers. The original Transformers themes aren't great for running too, but I've got a special running list for when it's I just need a pick me up, and it's all of those old. Fast-paced, kind of.
And here's the thing, that I've noticed, because we all have kids, with the exception. Well, you have 6 kids, really.
Yeah, and cats. I mean, come on, they're
Same
kids.
thing.
You spend the same amount of time showing them stuff on YouTube.
They're dicks. They're dicks. They're all dicks.
They're not nice people.
We all have.
Cats are assholes.
We all
and so can
watch.
kids.
We all watch cartoons with our kids, and I noticed that cartoons these days don't have the theme songs that we grew up with. They're either quick and even in anime sometimes they don't really have a theme song. I'm not talking about the style of Lost or Heroes where they're just lost. But it's done real quick with the exception of something what is that one show? The
intros
Phineas
used
and
to be
Ferb.
a minute long,
Yeah.
and they're really quick.
30
now. They're
seconds.
30
That's
seconds.
and that was the hook because the intros were so they were animated really well.
That was the best animation.
Because intros were animated a lot better than the actual show.
No, I disagree.
You threw all your money in there. Look at M.a.s.k, for example. That's one of my favorite intros. M.a.s.k is one of my favorite intros.
And M.a.s.k is a horrifically animated show.
But look at that intro.
No,
the introduction
I agree
hooked
with
you. The intro song was amazing.
Masked Crusaders working overtime, fighting crime. See?
And also the animation was amazing. The animation within the show was nothing like the introduction.
Yeah.
It was they we got $5 million, which wasn't even that much, I'm sure.
We got $30.
$4.5 million hiring a Japanese studio to animate our opening. And then we'll $500,000 for the rest of the season.
And then Tom gets the rest.
Yeah,
Even the
seriously.
old dude who was flying Switchblade, he looked cool in that intro.
Yeah, so this is interesting. I found this out a couple of years ago, speaking of Transformers. So you know the G.I. Joe theme song, right? You know, Real American Hero. G.I. Joe is America's Special Missions Force. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra.
Cobra, la 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 la.
The middle of the Transformers cartoon theme, Autobots, where's their that was supposed to be spoken. Autobots, wait. Yeah, but the people that wasn't communicated to the people singing the song, so they just sang it right in.
Really?
Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Yeah, exactly. But it's hilarious to read that. It makes a lot more sense if you think, oh yeah, I can see
that.
I can see Optimus Prime reading that line in the middle of that song.
I can see that. Yeah.
Now, is there any new media for Transformers besides those movies?
Robots
Yes,
guys.
and in fact, that's a point I wanted to make earlier because talking about the difference between cartoons now that don't have a theme. I noticed this particularly with Transformers animated. Transformers and the show from
2003.
2007, 2008, I think.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That had a 1 minute long theme song.
But it was a rehash of the original theme song.
Yeah, it was. But when that show was on Cartoon Network put its own opening on it. And so you never saw that theme unless you got the DVDs of the show.
Really?
And I wonder, because the 2000s was about when you stopped seeing the long intro themes to these shows, and I wonder if Cartoon Network doing that to other shows is part of why you don't see that anymore. compare like the Dragon Ball Z opening.
Rock the
that's-
Dragon.
Well,
or
yeah, Rock the Dragon.
Oh.
that's-
Dragon,
30, 15 seconds or however long it was to compared to, Headshot, which is on for like 2.5 minutes.
Inshallah.
That's the best thing.
One of the best.
That's the best intro ever.
But
every remake of that intro is amazing.
But I wonder how much, because I don't watch a lot of anime that's, especially anime that's dubbed and broadcast in America. I wonder how much of that gets done too, to where it's just kind of a, here's a much shorter American style opening.
Well, I don't know, man. Pokemon had a catchy ass fucking theme.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, sing it, dude. You know it. You know it.
Not going to do it. Pokemon!
gotta catch 'em all.
It's you and me. I know it's my destiny.
Oh.
So Botcon.
Oh darn, we should do another shot. My alcoholism is gonna come out this episode.